Okay, more or less. It wasn't on the video either. What are we talking about? They have no idea.
I'm definitely a lot.
This is how it just feels to be a teacher all the time. I get my own fun. Miss Maddie,
Wait, so what would you?
the paper I'm gonna give you.
Oh, wow.
That's.
Now there's still people who are in bed. Like Cam caught it, Maddie caught it.
Why are you seeing?
Oh,
Everybody caught it besides the.
yeah, it's so little hot in the middle.
What is that? I can fudge some numbers.
I got you.
I just put it in as it was due on the board. Who's gonna tell me I didn't do it that way? Joey's gonna go up to the front and be like, "Use my line." I think all of us could use a little bit, so. All right, so let's do, now everyone on video could get it, if they were listening. Bummer, it's okay. All right, I've got three problems that I'm gonna do right now. I got one more long division, I got one more synthetic division, and then I'm gonna do a find a remainder. Okay, can we do it after these? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's start with the long division problem. I'm gonna put the long expression under the long division sign. I'm sure it wasn't that funny. On the outside, I need to not just put x squared minus 2. I need to do x squared plus 0x minus 2. Again, I'm doing 3 problems. Everybody join me. You can talk the rest of class. Okay. Everybody good with why I put a 0x? Good. I gotta hold that space. Okay. Now, just like we did yesterday, we have to ask ourselves the following question. What number times x squared is going to give me x to the 4th? X to the 2nd. X squared. Good. X squared will give me that. And I have to multiply x squared, by 0x, and by -2. So I get x to the 4th plus 0x to the 3rd minus x squared. It might feel silly using 0x to any power, but it's good to hold that place and not lose track of anything. Before I do anything else, I'm going to change all my signs. Don't forget that. That's a very crucial part. Change all your signs. My x to the 4th cancel. I get 2x to the 3rd. I get minus 2x squared. And then what else do I have to do?
Bring
that x down. Nice job. Now I ask myself, what number times x squared gives me 2x to the 3rd? 2 what?
X.
2x. Very good. So I got to do 2x plus 2x. And then again, I multiply it by everything. So I get 2x to the 3rd plus 0x squared minus 4x. And just like we did a second ago, before we do anything, change all my signs. Okay, then my 2x to the 3rd cancel. I get negative 2x squared plus 5x. And then we'll carry down my -3. And then last but not least, what multiplies by x squared to get me to negative 2x squared? -2, very good. And then we'll end by just multiplying everything by -2. Negative 2x squared plus 0x plus 4. And then again, we need to change all the signs. That's going to get rid of my 2x squared. I do have 5x minus 7 left over. What is that? My remainder. And how do I write that? Very good. That over 5x minus 7 over x squared minus 2. Oh, I'm sorry. That's kind of messy. You know, it says x squared minus 2 up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And remember, it's just whatever you're dividing by. So in this case, it was 2x squared minus 2. In the case before, it was x minus 1. Down here on synthetic division yesterday, it was x minus 2. So it's just whatever we are dividing by. My remainder is 5x minus 7. We gotta do another synthetic division. Okay, I'm sorry, I moved on very quick from the long division. Are we okay with that? Okay, let's do a synthetic division. Remind me, what's the deal with synthetic division? -1 goes where? In the box, in the house, whatever you want to call it. And then what goes over here? 5.
Coefficient.
Good, I gotta do 1, 5. I need to,
Zero.
how many zeros?
2.
2. I've got x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, so I need a 0x squared and a 0x, and then I have a constant. So I just need 2 zeros. And then I'm gonna leave a little bit of space and I'm gonna draw my line. What do I do next? Bring that 1 down. And then what do I do?
Multiply with the box.
Yep. So times -1 and I get -1. And then we add them. 5 minus 1. Oh no.
4.
4. You got it. Times -1 again. That just stays -4. Times -1 again.
There goes the 4.
Goes to +4. And it stays at +4. And then times -1 again. -4 becomes -12. When I start to write this with x's, my first one is going to be 1x to the what power? 3. Good. 1x to the 3rd plus 4x squared minus 4x plus 4. And then minus 12 over x plus 1. So we have been able to find remainders by dividing. We're also going to be able to find remainders by plugging a number in. Okay, so when I say find the remainder, I could ask you to just divide like we did here. But number 3 says find the remainder 2 ways. And your 2 ways are, 1 is divide. You can either do long or synthetic division. I usually find that you guys enjoy synthetic division more. So we're going to synthetically divide.
I think it's more fun.
It's more fun. Yeah. It's more like a game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. And then the second way is to plug in the number from my factor. So if it says divide by x plus 1, we're going to plug in this case, x equals -1. Sorry, I'm teaching. Bye. Do you need something right now, Kenzie? I do have office hours tomorrow. Okay, you can reach me. Okay, so we need to synthetically divide and then we're going to plug that number in. If I plug -1 into my equation, that answer is my remainder. That answer is my remainder. And if my remainder is 0, then that means it divides out evenly and then it actually is a factor. We're going to cover that more another class, not right now. And actually not tomorrow because I don't see you tomorrow. Probably on Monday we'll look at it a little bit. Well, all right, let's go do those 2 things. First thing I want to do is synthetically divide. Okay. Got -1 in my house, and then you can put your little coefficients out. Go ahead and divide, and then meet back with me in a second. Once you divide it out, you can write your x squared plus 4x minus 12 plus 15 over x plus 1. But really, I just want my remainder to be 15. So if it only asks for my remainder, that's really all I want from that.
I thought you added it,
We do.
like -8 plus 4.
Oh, no, you add -8 plus -4.
And
Basically, you take whatever sign is there and you combine them. You don't change the sign. Once we've done that, now we're going to try the other method, which is where we plug it in. So I'm going to plug in -1 in for all of my x's, and I should still get out 15. Okay, so let's try that. So it's x to the 3rd plus 5x squared minus 8 times x plus 3. Did you see it? Oh, I see.
I think that's it.
With Miss Miss K, the Spanish teacher. Is it the Spanish teacher?
Yeah.
The young one? Oh, can you know Chase McCarthy?
I'll give him a hard time.
Yeah. All right, -1 to the third, is that gonna be positive or -1? -1 to the third will be negative, good. What about -1 squared? Positive. What about -8 times -1? Good, and then plus 3. I just didn't do, you could have done 5 times 1 and all in one step. But I didn't, and then I'll just add those together, so -1 plus 5 is 4, plus 8 is 12, plus 3 is 15. And I should get the same answer.
Hey, check.
Not necessarily how to check, you can just do either way. But because we did it both ways, we can check and confirm that it's the same.
That's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's going on?
I was gonna say, why do you put it the remainder over X plus 1? And then add it? Oh, that's how you write it.
Okay. Maddie?
Which one do you recommend here?
It will depend. I feel like I synthetically divide more often, but if you have to do this a bunch of times, like, we're gonna get into a method later on where you have to double check and see if it's a factor, so you're gonna see if the remainder is 0. I think this goes a little bit faster, but sometimes in my head, I just think to synthetically divide first. So as there are gonna be problems, I'll do one or the other, and there's no right or wrong, that's just how it goes. Any other questions on these problems?
Why would we not give him something?
It is, but sometimes if you're already doing division, just in your head, you're like, oh, I can do division and check and see what the remainder is that way. Yeah, so yeah, no right or wrong, that's why we show both. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video and we're gonna review for the rest of class, okay?